Hello Power Platform and D365 community. Welcome to my channel. This is Santosh Artham, and today we are going to see how to integrate F&O customer delivery address location with CE account using a data integrator tool within our Power Platform. Let's move to summary page. Okay, introduction to the apps. Let me show you the apps that we are going to use today. We are going to use the Power Platform Admin Center. Okay, and then the second app we are going to use is Finance and Operations. Okay, we will stick to all customers and customer detail page within Finance and Operations. And then we are going to use CE to see all accounts page. Okay, that's the introduction to apps. Then coming to let's go back to the slide. The goal, as we said, integrate F&O customer delivery address location with CE account. Okay, coming to the low code options within the Microsoft ecosystem for integration layer are, in this case, dual write, Power Platform data integrator approach. This is the one we are going to use today, and data events through virtual entity and Power Automate. Okay, so my first trial was Power dual write. Okay, let me show you the issue that I faced with dual write. Okay, in finance and operations, a delivery location is part of a global address book, which is a global data and not specific to a particular legal entity. Okay, whereas on the CE side, account is a business unit specific data. So we are trying to synchronize global data from F&O to a business unit specific entity in CE. Okay, looks like this might be a limitation for dual write. Okay, so as you see in this slide, this when I try to save the table map within dual write. Okay, on the left side, if you see, I have a custom data entity from finance and operations exposing customer delivery address locations. Okay, and on the right side I have CE account. Okay, when I try to save this map, it fails with an error message saying, please make sure the entities are both cross company or cross specific company specific entities, right? So based on my trials, I think this is a limitation in dual write. Okay, then I moved on to the data integrator approach to solve this integration requirement. Okay, now let's move back to, as I said, I moved on to Power Platform's data integrator approach. Okay, from the setup point of view, you need contour data in F&O. Okay, and create a brand new customer with in this case I have created a new customer as San-1. Okay, I named it as Chicago Municipality. Okay, and here is the by default the address that you key in as part of customer creation will end up as a business purpose address. Okay, I created a corresponding San-1 account manually in C, and of course I have the USMF created as a business unit in CE. Okay, coming to the business unit, you can manually create the business unit, USMF business unit in CE, or go through the dual write setup and configuration. That would also create the USMF business unit for you in CE, right? Okay, and then the next part is, so the default theme of the organization of the business unit in CE need to have system administrator role. Okay, here is my USMF business unit in CE. Okay, I'm going to system administrator role. And if you see, this is the default team that was created as part of business unit creation. This default team needs to have admin role within CE. Just to be on the safe side, I would do the same thing on the root business unit. In the root business unit, make sure the default team has system administrator role. Okay, and the next thing is, let's move on to the custom entity within F&O. Here is my custom entity within F&O. The naming convention is ST5. ST stands for Santosh Training. 5 is just a random number. Okay, and I name it as ST5 Cust Delivery Address Entity. And the data sources I'm using here are logistics postal address, location, third party location, and the range on the third party location, that is the role is delivery, and then cust table, right? These are the data sources I am using to fetch customers delivery address locations from finance and operations. Okay, and the fields that we are going to use in this demo are location ID, which is going to end up as a CE account number, and then account number, which is going to end up as parent account for the CE account, right? And then business unit, right? These are the and of course the description. Yep, description is going to end up as CE account name, right? And then coming to the keys, the primary key is the location ID, which is unique in finance and operations, and this is going to end up as CE account number. That's about the environments setup. Now let's try to, actually before we get into the demo, let's verify if this custom data entity is delivering the data that we were looking for. Okay, here is the URL with the filter. Okay, and let's verify if it is able to fetch the delivery addresses for the customer SAN-1. I will refresh this page. As of now, looks like this customer does not have any delivery address. Okay, let's create a new delivery address for this customer. Okay, this back to my SAN-1 customer. Okay, I'm going to add a new delivery address. I'll call it as Chicago delivery -1. Okay, and I will mark this as delivery address. Okay, I have a new delivery address added to this customer. Let's verify our OData entity if it's able to fetch this delivery address. I will refresh my URL. Yep, if you see, it's able to fetch the description, which is the name of the delivery address. Okay, and then it's able to fetch the business unit. It is able to fetch the location ID. Okay, and it's able to fetch the account number. So these are the fields that we are going to focus in this demo. Okay, now let's go back to the demo. Okay, so on the Power Platform Admin Center, let's go to the environment. And the environment, and click the data integration. And within the data integration, you would go into your CE instance. Okay, and within the CE instance, you would create a new connection set, establishing the connection between F&O instance and CE instance. You would create a new project and associate the connection set in the new project. Once you create a new project, okay, you would need to create a new task to add the table maps. This is something I already did before demo. So I will open my existing project. Okay, and if you see here on the left side, I have named my task as FO Delivery Address to CE account. Okay, and on the right side, I have sales start account, and the mapping itself is description from F&O will end up as name on the account, in location ID will end up as CE account number, and I have initialized the set the company business unit name as USMF, which is a constant in this case, and then I have assigned the account number from F&O as a parent account number in CE. Okay, that's about our map. Okay, and just to keep the demo simple and fast, I've also added a filter to the source so that the integration fetches only the delivery addresses where the account number is SAN-1, right? That's if you want to do any advanced filtering, you can always go into advanced query and filtering, which is more like Power Query. Okay, once you have this table map set up, right, you would save it. Okay, and then run the project. Before we run the as I said, we already created. Let me refresh my data here. Okay, here is my Chicago delivery one. Okay, and let's verify that we don't have this account in CE. Yep, I don't have that. All I have in CE is SAN-1 account number. I don't have the delivery address created as an account yet. Okay, now let's go back to our Power Platform Data Integrator project, run this project. Okay, and now let's verify if it is running in the execution history tab. If you see, it has been running. Let me pause this recording so that, hey, I'm back, and the run instance of this project just finished. It took little over than a minute, and if you see, the number of upserts is 1. Let's go into our CE and refresh to see if we have the delivery location address. Yep, if you see, we have a new CE account created with the name Chicago Delivery 1, and let's verify if this is a location ID. The account number in CE is 4098. Let's go into F&O and go to advanced page. Yep, if this is the location ID is 4098, so they are matching. And the company is USMF. The parent account is Chicago Municipality, that is, it is tied with this account. Owner is the default team, USMF. That's why this default team needs sysadmin role. Okay, that's, yeah. So and now so as this shows, this integration works seamlessly. And in case you want to in any real integrations, right, we want to fetch we don't want to fetch the whole data set every time. We want to fetch only the differential data. In that case, all we would need is we need to enable the change tracking on our data entity, which I already did. This is my data entity, and I already enabled the change tracking. So that means every time the data integrator fetches the data from F&O, it gets only the differential data. So that should improve the integration performance. And then the next thing I want to mention is as part of this demo, we ran this project manually, but we can always schedule this automatically, so it can run every few minutes or once a day or once a week based on the business requirement. Overall, I feel there is still a use case for data integrator, because with data integrator both the systems, that is F&O and CE, are loosely tied, loosely coupled. We have little more flexibility compared to dual write. With dual write, both the applications need to be considered as one. That's about this demo. Hope the community finds this demonstration handy. Thank you everyone for watching this video. You have a good day.